Good evening, juniors. Tonight we're going to talk about significant digits. And significant digits are important in measurement because they tell us the digits in a number that lead us to accuracy. So let's start off by turning our books to page 66, and we're going to write down 6 rules to help us determine which digits in a measurement are significant. And so looking at the board behind us, zoom in a little bit here. The first rule of significant digits, and I would write these rules down. I'm not writing the rules down, but I am giving you examples as we discuss them. The first rule of significant digits is this: all digits that are not zeros are significant. So if we look at the number on the board, on number 1, the measurement is 421 grams. There are 3 significant digits there. The 4, the 2, and the 1 are all significant because they are not zeros. The second rule of significant digits tells us that any zero that is between 2 non-zeros is also significant. So if you look at the board, we see that this 0 is between 2 non-zeros, and so it is significant. Now we have 3 significant digits here as well, and we usually abbreviate those SIGDIGs, significant digits. The third rule to determine significant digits states that any zeros that are to the right of the decimal point and not at the end of a number are not significant. So in this case, these zeros are not significant, leaving us with 2 significant digits in this measurement. If I write that number in scientific notation, I see that there are only 2 significant digits. We call these other zeros placeholders because really they're just holding the decimal place. If I can get rid of them by writing it in scientific notation. Right along with that, if I look at the number 71,000, these zeros that are also placeholders are not significant either. And we'll talk about that in rule number 5. But if I write this number in scientific notation, you can see that, I don't include those zeros. Those zeros are counted for in the power of 10, the base 10, and so because of that, they're not significant digits. So in this number, I only have 2 significant digits as well. Looking at the 4th rule of significant digits. The 4th rule has to do with precision of your measuring tool. And the 4th rule states that any zeros that are to the right and at the end of a number, to the right of the decimal point and at the end of a number are significant. The reason these are significant is because it shows me that I actually measured to the nearest hundredth of a gram in this first number. So in this case, there are 4 significant digits. If I look at the second example on number 4, I see that I've got a 0 that's to the right of the decimal and at the end of the number, so that is significant. My non-zeros, the 4 and the 1, are also significant. However, this 0 is a placeholder according to our rule number 3, making this 3 significant digits. On rule number 5, zoom out just a little bit here. On rule number 5, we briefly discussed that on rule number 3 because we said that these zeros that are to the left of the decimal point and at the end of a number, those are placeholders. So in the case of 11,000, I lost my There we go. We're still going. In the case of the number 11,000, we only have 2 significant digits. The zeros in that case are not significant. The 6th rule of significant digits has 2 special cases. And the 2 special cases are this. Any count that you have, like 12 students, that is exactly right. Counts are infinitely significant, and so we will not use those to limit the digits when we're doing calculations with measurements. They're infinitely significant. We can't get any more accurate than a count. And the second special case is when you're using equivalencies, meaning like 1 minute is 60 seconds. 1 minute is exactly 60 seconds. So 1 minute compared to 60 seconds, I would say that that equivalency is infinitely significant. I'm not going to give the number 60 just 1 significant digit. So those are the 2 cases. To practice your knowledge of significant digits, you can turn your book to page 68 and do the practice problems 1 and 2 for tomorrow. It's not homework assignment, but it will give you a great chance to see where you're at and to see if you have questions to ask me on the rules of significant digits. Tomorrow, be ready to use these in calculations. Have a good night, juniors.